Great Girlfriends, get ready for the 2018 Doers and Disruptors Conference in New York City. This year's conference is dedicated to igniting great girlfriends, putting your ideas into motion, and moving the needle to get the results that you desire out of life. Join us June 21st and 22nd in New York City for a 2-day event with brilliant doers and disruptors across various industries who started with an idea and blossomed to become change agents, global influencers, and enterprise leaders. At the conference, you'll gather for workshops, panels, connect groups, dance breaks, light bites, and more while getting tips and resources to fulfill your passion in your personal life, your career, your business, motherhood, relationships, and more. Don't miss this opportunity to join forces with women who are on the same mission as you and experience the excitement and impact that only Brandis and I can bring to life. Get your tickets now at thegreatgirlfriendsconference.com. We'll see you there. VK Press is a book publishing company that helps aspiring authors tell the untapped stories inside of them. Offering writers creative freedom, VK Press specializes in collaborations with freelance artists to design one-of-a-kind book art. Inspired by the Great Girlfriends Conference of 2017, VK Press launched freelancer fashion apparel with messaging in support of artists and entrepreneurs alike. Save 20% off your entire purchase of apparel and books, including the newly released Bursting at the Seams, a collection of poetry by Chantel Massey, with promo code TGG2018. Shop today at www.vkpresses.com. Welcome to the Great Girlfriends podcast, where we discuss life, love, laughter, and everything in between. We're your hosts. I'm Sybil Amuti.
And I'm Brandis Daniel.
And before we jump into this week's episode of the podcast, make sure you sign up for our newsletter at
thegreatgirlfriends.com.
And don't forget to leave us an amazing iTunes review.
Yes, that is the payment for listening to this podcast.
I love it. 5 stars all the way. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What's up, great girlfriends?
What's going on?
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, ladies.
Let me just say something real quick. BB trying to act all cool on the podcast. She was over here giving a full jokes and all kind of scenarios on our Facebook group and Instagram Live, and now she wants to be all chill.
Because I am chill.
She is not chill. These are the myths that go out into the world, because people that listen to podcasts think I'm the wild one and that you're the chill one.
That's kind of true.
It's kind of not the case. That is kind of not true. That is kind of not true. In fact, why won't you share with the great girlfriends that beautiful joke that you just shared on Facebook and Instagram? It's a hit.
Oh, my goodness. So my nephew gave me a joke when I was in Memphis. I just got back from Memphis last week. And he said, why did the skeleton go to the dance alone?
Why?
Because he didn't have any body to go with. So now he's going to be like, Auntie, you told my joke to everyone? Yes, I told your joke to everyone.
Josh, that was amazing.
No, Josh.
Oh, that wasn't Josh?
Josh is my big nephew.
But you grown telling the joke. I thought maybe it was another one.
No, this is Darius. Darius loves to tell corny jokes.
That was awesome.
And
Darius, I love it.
Normally his jokes make absolutely no sense whatsoever.
That was brilliant.
Or it might have been Crystal who actually told this joke. Maybe my little sister. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So we hope you're having a beautiful week. Spring is here.
Spring is here. Well, Let me tell you, spring is kind of here in New York. Like, seriously, it's like 30-something degrees outside, but it's sunny and it's pretty. It looks pretty.
It is. You could wear like a coat and maybe an open toe slide.
Maybe.
You could get away with it, but by 8 o'clock, you need to put your boots back on.
Absolutely.
It's going to be 20 degrees and freezing.
1,000%. I said yesterday, I was like, it looks like spring and it sounds like spring. I can hear the birds chirping. But it don't feel like spring.
It doesn't feel like spring yet. And I kind of feel like, dang, we know this every year, but because my birthday is April 15th,
Yes, it is.
Hope you've written that down.
Yes, it is.
I was hoping that the Lord God would just rain down some really beautiful weather.
It is supposed to be beautiful this weekend, actually.
Okay,
but like 60 degrees, 60 or 70 degrees on Saturday.
That's what I need. Yeah. I need it to look like it's my day.
You got it.
I need it to feel. I don't
know what it is on your actual birthday, but I know that Saturday they said it's supposed to be like 76 or 70.
All right. Well, any prayer warriors out there, put a word up for me to get some good weather on Sunday, April 15th, which is my birthday. It's my birthday. Did I mention it was my birthday?
You did. Did you mention you were turning 40?
Oh, I didn't mention that part. It's my 40th birthday.
So if you follow us on Instagram or our Facebook, we're actually on live right now with them. They're asking us some questions. Look.
Shout out. Today is Monday. Yes. So today, yes. So, okay. So for those who are on live with us, they're like, you're saying Wednesday, but today is Monday. Well, because we're recording for an episode that releases on Wednesday.
All of our episodes release on
Wednesday. And so that's why you'll hear that us talking about Wednesday, because we're prepping people for their midweek. So yes, but for those of you that are on live at the Great Girlfriends on IG and at the Great Girlfriends in our Facebook group, it is definitely Monday, the week of my birthday, which is April 15th.
If y'all don't know.
Yes, this is Sybil speaking, and my birthday is on April 15th.
And there you go.
And I love gifts.
She loves gifts.
To be clear, like, if you get me a gift, it could be like a flag, and I'll be happy. I just like to be thought of.
She loves gifts. Great girlfriend, Sybil loves gifts.
I love gifts. I love gifts. And if you DM me, I'll send you Brandis's address. You can ship my gifts to her house. Yes.
Oh,
but for real, I have two things I want for my birthday.
Okay.
From like the world. Okay. So first thing, I want all the girlfriends at Doers and Disruptors this year.
Yes.
I want everyone there.
This conference is, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be so special.
It will be.
It is going to be so super special.
It always feels like a birthday.
It always feels like, yes, it is going to be so special. So that is, go to thegreatgirlfriendsconference.com.
Yes.
To get that info.
And get your ticket, please, and get one for you and your girlfriend, and come from around the world. We had girlfriends from around the world last year. It was so special. And our speakers are just boom pow. Like, what? Oh my gosh. Talk about amazing women. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And that'll be like a pre-birthday gift to me, which is April 15th is my birthday.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep, if you get your ticket this week.
Yep. You're right.
Then that'll be like a pre-birthday gift to me. And that's one of my birthday gifts I want. Another one I want, I'll tell you about during the episode.
Okay.
But like some things I want during my 40th year. So I want to go to Africa. I've never been. Mm-hmm. I want to go to Ghana to visit the castles. Ooh. Yes. I want to go to Tanzania and have a hot air balloon ride. I don't know why Tanzania, but that's just like
I feel like that's just the right place to go for a hot air balloon ride.
That's what I thought. Yeah. And I want to go on a safari and have a sunset dinner afterwards.
Oh, that's
in Africa.
That sounds amazing.
I want that to happen during my 40th year. I want to get some property. I want to get some property in Memphis, outside of Memphis. I want to do some more investing in Memphis. Memphis is our hometown. Shout out to Memphis, Tennessee. And what else did I say I want to do this year? I'm writing a book this year. I'll tell you guys about it. I'm so excited. Actually, I'm authoring a book. I'm not writing it.
You're authoring a book.
I'm bringing together a series of writers for this book.
I love it.
So be ready.
I'm ready.
Be ready to contribute towards this book. And I'm gonna get a new purse that I've been looking at for a while.
I love it.
And a few other gifts that are coming my way by April 15th.
I love it.
Great Girlfriends.
How do you feel?
I feel
you
complex.
Feel like life flew by?
I do. I feel 25, yet I'm like, why do I have to say 40? I don't feel I actually feel like those that went before me when I was a kid that were 40, I'm like, they were joking. They tried to make me think they were real adults. They were not.
They were not.
I don't feel like I'm like a full... I am so like...
I will tell you, though, what brings everything into focus will start to make you feel 40.
What? With gray hairs?
No.
What is it?
No, it's being around 20-somethings.
Oh, they do make you realize.
That don't know you really well.
And they call you something.
And I was around, my nephew had this event in Harlem, and I went there to speak, and people were addressing me as Miss.
Oh, God. You're like, wait, who you talking to? Me?
and they were looking at me like I was older.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, after I finished, I was like, I gotta get out of here. My nephew was like, why you leaving so soon? I was like,
this is not my crowd.
Time to go.
It's not my crowd.
Like, they making me feel real old in here right now. So I'm gonna have to bounce. Goodbye.
Oh, I can't stand that. I mean, it is what it is. I'm happy for the years.
I'm happy for it too.
I'm grateful to be going forward. I don't want to go backwards. I do, sometimes I do feel awkward saying that I'm going to be 40.
I know.
Because I do feel like people look at you like, oh.
Is it like 40 and flirty?
No.
Fit and 40?
No.
You don't have anything?
I don't have a thing. I know.
Slate,
normally
40 slave.
Oh, no. I'm allergic. Like all of that. I'm like, ugh.
You ain't got no. You don't have no.
I don't want a T-shirt.
I had a theme. I can't remember. Oh, mine was This Is 40.
You did have This Is 40. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't have a.
You don't have a theme?
No.
You need a theme.
I don't have a theme. I don't even know what I want to do when I wake up that morning. I was saying that to Kwaku the other day. I don't know what. Oh, she says 40 be fabulous. I don't know what I want to do when I wake up on. Like, I don't know what I want to eat that day. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't want to force it.
Yeah. I felt such a sense of peace on my 40th. Like, I didn't plan anything until like the Sunday before. I just felt so peaceful. Like, even now, like my 40s just feel like it just, I don't know, it just feels very cool.
I love that. I'm excited. I want the cool. That's what I really want.
40 feels so cool.
I definitely, at 30, I said, I woke up a few months before 30, and I was like, I mean, there was a real biological clock ticking. Mm-hmm. And I said, I don't know what I want to do for my birthday. I'm turning 30. Oh my, because at 30, back then you thought 30. I'm like, I'm about to die. I'm turning 30. Life is like, I got to grow up. I said, I either want to cut my hair. I want to do something charitable, something that's major and charitable, right, or I want to have a baby. I cut my hair. I was pregnant, and I did a hunger walk. I was already pregnant when I said this, and I didn't know. And I was doing I did a hunger walk in New York. We raised 5,000 meals for the New York City Food Bank on my 30th birthday, and my hair was cut, and I was pregnant with Sam.
That's so funny.
And so for 40, I don't have that in my head. I know the giving part, which we're going to talk about today. We might as well dive into it. Do you want to read that iTunes review?
Oh my
We got some great, thank you, great girlfriends. We made our 100 reviews.
Yes, and now we have a new goal.
Yes.
So we don't stop at one goal, but we're so grateful to y'all for helping us to get to 100. But we want to now get to 150 reviews.
Let's do it.
Reviewing.
Come on, let's get those extra 50 reviews in.
I was going through our reviews this morning, and I was just like, these are so amazing.
Yes.
But I have to read one.
And they're long. Look how long these reviews are.
They're so long. I wanted to read one that cracked me up. So it said, if The Great Girlfriends isn't on your podcast list, you are missing out on so much wisdom. I've always loved being around old heads. Speaking about age.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we call them down south, because they have knowledge that can't be found in textbooks, and they've touched life a tad bit longer. Back on topic, these women share their truth and speak from a place of authenticity. Not only that, they've created a space where other women can operate in a place of vulnerability and truth. They're literally my online mentors. The Great Girlfriends remind me that I'm not alone as I am climbing the ladder in my career. Listen to this podcast, follow them on social media. And then she put our social media in there.
Oh my gosh.
She said they respond. They're here for us.
Oh, that is so sweet.
And that was by Kiara Tolliver.
Kiara, thank you so much. She called you an old head.
She called us an old head.
She called you an old head.
She called us old heads. Yes.
That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. We have some really great reviews in there. And if you don't listen to the podcast, if maybe you haven't had a chance, go look at the reviews. The reviews will tell you why you need to listen.
Yeah.
It's a family. It's just an experience. I like it. You like it?
I love it.
I think it's a good podcast.
We
got some good listeners from around the world, so we're excited. But today, we want to dive into our topic for today, which is around giving.
Yes.
And I'll start and say this is near and dear to me because my birthday is April 15th. That's my birthday. And this other review has already said y'all talk about it yourselves too much. She don't want to know about my birthday on April 15th. Right. But no, seriously, giving is a huge part of the DNA of what Brandis and I both do. And when people ask us why we would do a podcast, we've done it for 3 years now on our own, out of the goodness of our heart, literally, with no investors behind us or no one saying, well, here's an extra $100,000 to go put towards the podcast, or here's this towards editing, or here's this. We've done it ourselves personally. It's because we're givers.
Absolutely.
And I love giving.
Absolutely.
I know you love giving. Yeah. I love receiving too. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But I do think I get a lot more joy out of giving and knowing that something that I have is beneficial to someone else.
Absolutely.
And so that's part of the reason why we wanted to talk to the Great Girlfriends about it, because I see so many women get stifled on their receiving. Mm-hmm. And I hear people talking about insufficiency a lot. I don't have. If only I had. And I'm like, man, if you could just increase your giving, if you could get yourself motivated around being generous, and if you could invest and learn how to share what you have without expectation, it can be returned. It will be returned. Yeah, to you.
That was not rehearsed.
No, that was not rehearsed. But it will be returned to you. And so we want you to walk into spring real good at giving.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is a game changer for your life. Like the moment I heard, actually it was the old church I went to, he said, that which you love to most, whatever you love most, hold loosely. Mm-hmm. And, and that's something that's like stuck with me since then. Like whatever you love most, hold that thing loosely.
Well, let's take a commercial break and jump right back in. Great Girlfriends, do you have your ticket to the 2018 Doers and Disruptors Conference? If not, what are you waiting for? Join us in New York for a 2-day event filled with brilliant doers and disruptors across various industries who started with an idea and blossomed to become great change agents. We can't wait to join with you for workshops, panels, connect groups, dance breaks, light bites, and more, while giving you tips and resources to fulfill your passion in your personal lives, careers, businesses, motherhood, and relationships. Log on to thegreatgirlfriendsconference.com and get a ticket for yourself and your greatest girlfriends. We'll see you there. You're absolutely right, Brandis. So let's just dive into our getting good at giving, the 4 or 5, or how many tips we have today?
We got 5 tips.
We got 5 tips. And let's just make it known that this is a good gift.
Absolutely.
One day we'll tell you the backstory. Well, how generous this moment is. But know that this moment is coming in love. And please get your pen and paper out. Be prepared to write.
Pen and paper out. The first tip on being a cheerful giver is to give without expectation of receiving in return, but knowing that God always honors a given heart.
I love that.
And so that's money, that's time, that's energy, that's attention, that's, it can just be so many different things that applies to our life, because sometimes we're giving and then we're literally 5, 4, 3, 2, yes. 1, 0, -1, -2, and we're literally counting down when they're going to give us something back.
Yes,
and and that it really does kind of negate the joy in giving, and really it taints the heart.
Absolutely.
In terms of why you're giving in the first place.
Absolutely. It's actually between you and God, right?
Right.
And that's where the honor comes from.
1,000%.
Yeah. Okay, so number 2 is give what you would like to one day receive. I think about life, and I think about all of the different areas of life that we have. We have quality time with family. We have financial resources. We have good health. We have mental resources as thought leaders. We have wisdom. We have, nail polish, The highs and lows. We have vehicles. I'm telling you, we have all types of things in our capacity, resources. And so sometimes we funnel patience. Jesus, that's one right there. And when you become a wife, hallelujah.
And a mother.
Hallelujah, glory Jesus. I tell you, that patience, oh man. But yeah, we have all these different resources that we have in vast amounts. You know, we have abundance that we may not see that way. Sometimes we only think about the money, but we give in ways and in expectation of things that one day we like to receive. The system is sowing and reaping, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're not sowing, you're reaping. If you're not reaping, you're sowing.
Right.
And that's kind of how we should keep that movement going.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
1000%. I was just thinking about the patience things with our children, right? Because at some point we're going to be old.
Oh my gosh.
And we're going to require a ton of patience.
Yes.
And so when we're impatient with children and those of you who do not have children yet, and you're flying on planes with parents who have crying babies.
Be patient with them.
Be patient, because your day might be coming.
One day you're gonna be the one walking down the aisle with the toddler and everybody looking away nervous, hoping you're not gonna be sitting next to them, right?
I used to be that person.
You were that person?
I used to be like, God, please don't let me be sitting next to this kid.
That used to be so much fun when my kids were smaller, and they see we got 2 kids, and they come on there spunky, and people be looking like, oh no, and I'd be like, is that our seat? Psych, that's not our seat. Just messing with you, because people will be looking so nervous. But yeah, one day that's gonna be you.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's good.
Number 3, give where you are led versus guilt giving.
Now that's a whole sermon. You got to tell your story, B. Tell your story. Guilt giving. That's so important to know.
Guilt giving is not where you should be giving. You shouldn't be giving in places where you just feel so guilty, so you just end up giving there. That's not the right type of giving. And it does matter where you give. Mm-hmm. But there was, New York is filled with homelessness. And one of the things that I've always asked, like when I first moved to New York, I had such a strong sensitivity towards it. Mm-hmm. And I've always said that the moment I become insensitive towards homelessness is the moment where I either need to like move out of New York or go home for a little while and come back, because I never want to get to a place where I'm insensitive to that. And so we were walking, me and my niece were walking past, we were on 5th Avenue, walking past Saks. I think we may have gone in there and get some makeup, and we were walking out. And there was this guy literally right on the street by Saks, and he was asking for money. And so we passed by him and we kept walking, and I felt it wasn't like I felt led to go give to him. I felt so guilty. And so I went back and I was like, what do you need? And expecting him to say, I'm hungry, I need food, or, I need money for somewhere to stay tonight or something like that. And his answer to me was, sis, first of all, he was flustered that I came and talked to him because, clearly he wasn't used to people looking at him in his eyes and saying, well, what do you need? So he was like, sis, I don't need nothing. I just got a debt to settle.
He didn't even feel like hustling you. I can't even hustle you.
He just felt, and I was like, see, that's what I get for giving out of a sense of guilt.
Yes.
Getting ready to give out of a sense of guilt and not really where I was led.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so different. You think about the difference, girlfriends. It's important for you to know everyone's problem or everyone's need is not for you to supply.
Right.
And that you have to be led to pour in. Your heart has to be, you have to be directed by God, guided in your giving to know, okay, there's a situation in front of me. This is an opportunity that God has presented for me to give. And this is what God wants me to give versus I got a phone call about a person who needs this for their light bill or this for their kids' tuition or, a friend that's stuck in a rut and I need to go and be the hero. And it's very different. Sometimes you can be guilted by a relationship with people and feel like you owe them because they may have been in your corner. And that is true. It's good to be loyal to people, but not trying to be the hero and save people. Giving is about a connection with God, honoring God, being led and directed because God is assigning a gift to you for a person. But it's not about saving people from their situations.
Absolutely.
There will be enough, if enough of us generate giving and goodness in the world, including the person or entity in need, then we won't have to worry about putting that cape on all the time.
Absolutely.
And being guilted. All right, number 4, give even when no one else is giving and no one else can see you're giving.
Yes.
Real G's move
in silence.
In silence. You want to be discreet about it because you're not trying to do it for publicity. Excuse me. You're not doing it for any kind of accolade or any great trophy. If people acknowledge your giving, it's because you've been humble about it and generous at the same time, and that you've done it because you want to see the effect of the giving take place.
Right.
Not because you want to be known as this person that gives and I'm charitable.
So I just found out about something that really struck me. So in Memphis, they just put up the I Am a Man, the monument, I Am a Man monument. And I believe it was the Pugh family, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. The Plow family, maybe. Okay. But when the sanitation strike happened in Memphis, when Dr. King just horribly was assassinated, the city basically resolved the strike, right? So that because the sanitation workers weren't backing down, so they eventually resolved the strike by giving them like the raise that they wanted and everything. And so I assumed that the city had given in. Well, the truth of the matter was somebody, I think it was the Plow, I'm going to have to go look this up now, but a rich man actually was the one who he basically gave the money to the city to settle the strike.
Wow.
And never had it mentioned until, he said he never wanted it to mention until his funeral.
Wow. You see?
And because that just struck me on so many levels. Like I read that and I couldn't do nothing but just like cry because I was like, he literally moved in complete silence. People had no idea. They thought the city had ended that, and he was just like, how much is needed for us to give them what they deserve? Not what they deserve, but to give them more.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing. That's a beautiful heart.
Yeah.
That was between him and God.
He said he never wanted.
And he was going after that result.
Yeah.
Get these people what they deserve and more, instead of it being, hello, I want my name written in the stars for what I did. And that's so important because that's the difference between knowing and understanding your role as a giver.
Yep, it was Abe Plow.
I love that. That is such a beautiful story, and that's such a great example. I think about even in church, because Brandon and I both grew up in church, and so you've seen people walk their gifts up or scream them out loud or want to shout about how they helped a family who was struggling and just want to be known for being the biggest giver. And I believe that the gift is so good, but I don't believe that that's what God wants us to do. That's not the kind of display that He wants. I think He wants all the honor going forward,
absolutely,
and upward. So that's so good.
Just reminded me of that movie. What's that movie where one person was given, like it was like pay it forward?
Oh yeah. And that's what it's about.
And maybe even we can like charge the great girlfriends with that. Sybil has something amazing that she's charging y'all with in just a moment.
To share.
But maybe that's something you guys could do even today. It's like you're in line at Starbucks or at a coffee shop, buy the person behind you a coffee.
I keep hearing, you know what? That's why it hadn't happened to me yet. Because I keep hearing these stories at Starbucks. The person in line ahead of me paid for my coffee. And I'm like, that's not happening to me at Starbucks. But I haven't given a gift at Starbucks either.
I'll never forget. I was in the airport I can't remember where. This may have been when I was on my way to Israel. And I was in the airport and this guy was like, hey, what do you want? What do you want? We were at, what's the burger spot that everybody goes and stand in line in New York? They just opened a few more. Shake Shack.
Yeah.
And he was like, I basically got this credit. I got to use it. And I'm about to get on a flight. Just order whatever y'all want. And everybody in line, he was just like, just order whatever y'all want. I
love that. I mean, that is so beautiful. That's the spirit of giving that makes the difference.
Absolutely. And then number 5 is give when it seems absolutely impossible to give.
This when that church organ come out. maybe you need a blessing. But seriously, when it seems impossible, that's when you're expecting the impossible, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like a seed towards the impossible.
Right.
And, I can think, I'll give an example. I've become very clear when I hear God asked me to give, and it started with dollars and fives and tens, and it's moved. We have been blessed to give a lot of money for what seemed like a lot to us. May not be to the next person, but I heard God say it, and I flinched because I'm like, that's the account, Jesus. Wait, what you trying to take it off? And I heard God say, give this money and give it to a specific person who I didn't even know. Like, we didn't know them. We didn't say we didn't know them. We had seen them before, but we did not know them. Like, I wasn't about to give you money, know you. You know what I'm saying? But it was something that God asked for me and Kwaku to do. And so Kwaku and I used to have this thing where I'd be like, babe, I think I heard that we should give. And he'd be like, me too. What'd you hear? And every single time, without fail, the number would be confirmed. And almost every time it felt like something that was going to adjust our week. We're like, we're going to have to adjust the meals this week or the lights this week. Something's going to have to give. But every single time, I've seen God somehow, somewhere, some way, some form of provision just come through. It could be favor, it could be something, but he always seems to move that impossible seed towards an impossible return. Yes. Something that we've been believing for on the long end of things. Right. And it's just an immediate sign of obedience, I think, that he wants for us to move on. Yeah. But it's that when it seems impossible, that's when you got to do it fast. Yeah. You can't even look down. You just got to you got to hand it over. You might not smile. You may not feel it just yet, but you'll get good at the more you do it, the more you realize.
Just don't think about it.
The more you realize I'm working hand in hand with God, and that there's a return that he has in place for you.
I love that, Sybil. I'm so excited. So, Sybil, this is actually part of the story for your birthday gift. Yes. Which all of the great girlfriends are going to participate in. Yay! But I love it. Before we started recording, Sybil was telling me about her mom, and just that last point that we just mentioned, given when it seems impossible to give, is so perfectly describes your mom.
It does, and I want to try to tell this story without any tears, but so bear with me as I tell this story. But I mentioned that there were two things I wanted for my birthday at the top of the podcast. The first one is for all of you to be at Doers and Disruptors, June 21st through 22nd in New York City, and I wanted you to all to be there with great girlfriends. The second thing that I want is for all of you to join me in celebrating my mom for my 40th birthday. I thought about it. I was like, why don't we dedicate our birthdays to our moms every year?
I know, right?
Come on.
They the ones gave us life.
Come on. And until you have funneled a baby through your body, maybe you might not understand. But if my kids don't find one way to say thank you on their birthday every year,
that's so true.
Oh my goodness. So for this birthday, I've decided that I want to dedicate it towards my mom, and for my big birthdays, which are my 10s and my 15s. So my 30, my 35th, and now my 40th. I like to do something charitable and impactful. And for those of you that may or may not know, some of you may know, my mom was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in 2016. And that diagnosis it hit us with a scare because we'd not had, my parents are very healthy and had not had any form of diagnoses in their life that really hit us in that way. And so she started her process of, got to go through the doctor's appointments, and then they told her she had 6 rounds of chemo that she had to go through, and then she would go through radiation after. So, mind you, my mom told me she had stage 1. It wasn't until after.
I was sitting here as you're talking, I'm like, I don't remember Sybil ever telling me her mom had stage 3.
Because it was 1 in my head until after I learned it was 3. And she said, well, it would take the same faith to believe for healing. You're either going to believe or you're not.
I knew, because when you just said that, I'm like,
come on.
I remember her telling me stage 3.
Because those are the tricks that your parents play.
Yes.
Those are the tricks. It was stage 3. And yes, it was stage 3. And so anyway, my mom started going through her chemo treatment, and that was when, well, even before chemo, when she went for her first surgery, her surgery rather, is when she realized that it doesn't matter the class you're in, it doesn't matter how good your insurance is or how hard you've worked to keep yourself out of certain circumstances. Everyone goes through the same process in terms of cancer treatment. And so her having to go through the chemo kind of gave her an eye-opener into what other people's lives look like through the experience. And my mom has been her entire life, her core, her focus has been on giving. And she has set that up as the framework for me and my sisters to always think in the form of charity, to give in the form of charity. So I've always seen my mom give. I've always seen her sacrifice. I've always seen her slide in envelopes. You'll never get a card from my mom without some cash in it. And you could be a distant cousin graduating college or just a hello card, but she is just generous in her time. And if you're sick, she's there. If you're not, she just always finds a way to care and nurture and give. And so that framework really sort of set the stage for her recovery in her cancer treatment, because as she went through her treatment process, she got exposed to what all of her friends that have gone through it had experienced in terms of some people have no support there. Mm. Some people have no food. You're there for like 6 hours, some people longer in a day. And they have no support, they have no food, they're uncomfortable, and they're alone, you know? And so it's a very hard process for some people. For her, she had food. My father was at every treatment. My sister, she had her great girlfriends were there praying before and after. She got food dropped off at the house every day by someone in her network. Mm-hmm. She got cards flooding in from people in her village and her, friends that she'd always supported, just poured love into her house. But one thing that she noticed when she was going through her chemo was that there's a certain amount of discomfort because you're resting your arm. You have to have the IV in your arm for, an hour more sometimes for people. And as you're sitting there, there's a large amount of discomfort in your arm or somewhere in your body, you're going to experience discomfort. And so she realized that the seats are uncomfortable. You need cushion. And so she created these pillows called Lovey's, Lovey. And the pillow, it's hypoallergenic. She found this really amazing, comfortable fabric that is non-irritable to the skin. Mm. And she's got lavender that she puts in there for a soothing scent just to help to ease pain and really kind of calm people when they're using them. But the point of the pillow was for her to have something to create comfort for herself. Then when she realized other people were in discomfort, she started, during her chemo, she started to make the pillows and just hand them out to different people while they were going through treatment. Wow. And so after she finished her chemo and she rang the bell at the West Center, and after she finished her radiation, and during, I should say, I don't want to make it sound like it happened after, during the end phase, she decided that she wanted to donate 100 pillows. So my mom is still going through her treatment, but she starts making more and more volumes of pillows to help to give back to the people who are in need at the centers, at the treatment center. Right. So she gathered her great girlfriends in her life group at her church, Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church in Memphis, Tennessee. Had to shout them out. And they all got together and they started to help her with her mission to create these pillows. Wow. And so they got 100 done and they donated them to the West Clinic, and a news channel in Memphis found out about the charitable work that she was doing, and they featured her in a story. Wow. And she shared her story publicly, which my mom is a very private and discreet woman, decided to share her story of going through cancer with the world, and her hope was that someone else would be inspired by the fact that she made it out, that she giving and charity was a piece of that. And then she set up an invitation for us all to participate in her giving. I love that. So Markova Reed actually was the one who interviewed my mom. And shout out to Markova Reed, and thank you so much for doing such a beautiful piece on my mom. And we'll be able to share the story on our website as well. But I'm asking all of you great girlfriends to join me in helping my mom to create hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of more Lovey pillows. And if you've ever had anyone in your family, friend, family, community associate, we all have had someone that's been impacted by cancer. We understand that you don't know the effects.
Yeah.
The cancer is one thing, the medicine is another.
Yeah.
And it's just beastly. And people are just uncomfortable in ways they would never imagine. But these pillows are one way that they can feel the support, the reinforcement of community. They can feel love. They're heart-shaped and they're comfortable and they're soft. And they're just really great gifts to keep people encouraged during that tough time. So I'm asking all the great girlfriends, all 300,000 listeners from around the world. We got over 100 countries listening. There are all of you, there's a way that you can celebrate my birthday and you can get involved in helping me to honor my mom. I'm asking you to go to GoFundMe.com/share a L-O-V-E-Y. That's share a L-O-V-E-Y. It's all one word. When you put that into the search on GoFundMe, you'll see my mom's GoFundMe page come up. Her goal is $25,000. She has made a significant dent in that goal because her friends don't believe in putting money on the internet because these ladies like to keep their money tight and right. So they've been writing checks to her. So she's definitely made a dent in her goal. But I, in honor of her birthday, would like for the Great Girlfriend community to donate a minimum of $2,000.
We should all give $40 for your 40th birthday.
Yes, we should all give $40 for my 40th birthday. And if we could all come together and do that, my mom's goal will be exceeded, and all of the money that is being collected and donated on this GoFundMe is going towards the production of these pillows that she can pass them out. Her goal is to hit every cancer center in Memphis and then go beyond Memphis and go all the way around the world with these pillows and just really help to make a difference for people. So please, GoFundMe.com/share a L-O-V-E-Y. That is one word. Put in your $40 minimum.
Yes.
Minimum.
Yes.
Minimum, please. I'm asking for this for my birthday. It would mean the world to me.
It would. You guys have no idea how happy Sybil would be if the Great Girlfriend showed up and she saw all these donations.
Oh my God.
For $40 on her 40th birthday. It would be amazing.
Like, it would just light my world even more. And it will help you get good at giving.
Absolutely.
Yes. When no one's watching, when it seems impossible, if that 40 is tough for you, please give it. Trust God. It might seem impossible. Move it towards an impossible seed, towards an impossible, God, and just believe. And if it just seems like it's something that you want to give more, give more. I trust that we'll all come together. I really do.
I do too.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to see what happens.
I'm so excited. I am.
I'm excited.
Because on my 35th, we raised lots of money for Feed.
Yeah.
It was my organization on my 35th. For my 30th, we did the Food Network of New York, and we raised 5,000 meals, for the Food Bank of New York. So, this one is for my mama. And for every mama.
I think it's going to be huge. I'm super excited about women getting their friends excited about this. So don't keep Sybil's 40th birthday to yourself. Go and spread it with your friend group and just let them know, hey, because at this point, y'all say that we seem like friends on y'all couch, right?
Okay, so if we on the sofa together.
So if we on the sofa, you going to go out and say, hey, look, one of my great girlfriends, Sybil, is having a birthday. Here's what her mom has done. I want to share this with you. So share this on your social media.
Please.
It's super easy to share too. They got 2 little buttons down here. You just push share.
Yes, share, and you can tweet it in, but don't do so without giving. So important. Make sure you give, and thank you so much.
Yeah, this episode's gonna be good. I think people are gonna be ready to give once they get off of here. And if you need just one little thing to do real quick, just buy the person in front of you or behind you a coffee.
That is so good.
But you cannot do that until you give this $40 on GoFundMe first for Sybil's mom. But just get in the habit of giving.
Yes, that's it. Make it a habit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's part of your DNA.
It can be. You can give one thing every day, one small thing.
Yep. Yeah. And you know what? How about you? If you don't have it in your money just yet, start with a smile.
Yeah.
Start
a compliment.
With a hug. Come on.
A compliment.
Get good at it.
Get good at giving, because some people never give compliments.
Right, and they get mad when no one has anything to say about their nice outfit.
Just give a compliment.
Yes.
That's something easy that will literally brighten somebody's day.
It will. It'll even brighten your day to see something beautiful in someone else.
Absolutely.
Brandis, you looking good
And you
today.
got to give it with no expectation. So if that person don't say thank you to your compliment, Don't get tight.
Don't do that long eye roll and then look off like,
don't get tight. You give your compliments freely.
That's right. That
expecting nothing in return. If they say thank you, fine. If they don't, be okay with that.
And you know what's so funny? Some of you are at work right now, and there's that impossible boss. Mm-hmm. I want you to go compliment that impossible boss
on something.
Find something good to say about that person, and go give an impossible gift of generosity and love to that person.
Absolutely. There you go.
That's it.
That's a wrap.
That's it. Have a great week.
We could not end this podcast without thanking our amazing husbands.
Yes, thank you, Kwaku.
And thank you so much, Rich Daniel.
And our beautiful children, thank you, Sam and Dylan.
And thank you, Miss Sky Daniel.
And thank you to all of you great girlfriends for trusting us as your go-to source for everything life, love, and laughter.
You can check us out on our social, on Instagram,
The Great Girlfriends,
on Twitter,
_Great GFS,
and on Facebook,
The Great Girlfriends.
And please make sure that you join our Facebook group, which is over 16,000 women strong.
Absolutely. And make sure you listen every single Wednesday on iTunes, Spotify, Podcast Bean, Podcast Republic, Google Play, and every other podcasting service.
Absolutely.
Be sure to post your questions, share with your friends. Keep listening and keep being a great girlfriend. I'm Sybil.
And I'm Brandon.
And we're signing off.
Peace.
Peace.